Well, girls and boys, we're back with math class today. It's Thursday, December 10th, 2020. All right, hopefully yesterday, when you looked at the math lesson at home, it wasn't too bad, all right? You should have showed your teachers today the work that you did yesterday, all right? And if you had any questions, hopefully they can be answered today. So today, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna start off with an exit ticket review. We're going to give you about 5 minutes to do this, your exit ticket here, and then correct it when we're done. All right, so 5 minutes begins now. So teachers, you can pause. Okay, now we're back. All right, so hopefully you did well with this. We're going to go through this and show you the answers and show you how some of the work I did. Hopefully today didn't make any mistakes, but you never know. Maybe I did. All right, a table is 2 feet wide. It is 6 times as long as it is wide. These are multiplicative comparisons. We talked about this yesterday, and this is how it looks. So I found this 2 feet wide. This is more of a height to me, and this seems like a width, but it had to be 6 times long, right? So this turned out to be the length. So this is 2 feet, and then we had to label the diagram for 6 times as wide. So I put 2 feet down 6 times, and we know that 6 groups of 2 feet comes out to be 12 feet. So that was my labeling right here, all right? And if you wanted to label down here because you felt like there was more room, you could do as well. We find the perimeter of the table, just a perimeter. So just like we talked about yesterday, all right, I really want you to get in the habit of writing down the formula first, right here. P equals S plus S plus S plus S. Really want you to write that down every single time you write down perimeter, okay? Write down the formula. Then right underneath it, you fill it in with the real numbers that we have. And you also write P equals 2 plus 2 plus 12 plus 12. There's the 2 and the opposite side is 2. Here's my 12 and the opposite side is 12. Rectangles, opposite sides are equal. So it's really important that we write down the formula and then underneath we put in the actual numbers that we're using. And then the final one is P is equal to 28 feet. I added all those up. I did that in my head, okay? I did 12 and 12 is 24, 2 and 2 is 4, 24 plus 4 is 28. If you needed to, write it out over here, okay? And I like to circle my answer so there's no doubt what my answer is, okay? In math, you want to leave a good trail for your work, all right? So nobody, not just teachers, but anybody looking at your work can figure it out pretty easily. Then down here, a blanket is 4 feet wide. It is 3 times as long as it is wide. There's that multiplicative comparison again. So here we go. Draw a diagram of the blanket and label its dimensions, okay? So down here, I drew a line first. I drew this line and said, there's my 6 feet. And then I drew a square. There's 6 feet. Help if I put my T next to my F there, right? It's 3, so it's 3 times long, so I have to put in 3 6s. So that turns out to be 6, 6, and 6. So 3 groups of 6 is 18 feet. Okay, I labeled it down here because I didn't really have the room up here to label it. Okay, so there's my diagram. All right, then down here it asked me for perimeter and area. Super important that I do both. So I underline them. And like I said before, I wrote down my formula. P equals S plus S plus S plus S. Put in my real numbers underneath it. P equals, P stands for perimeter. My numbers, added those all up, which I did in my head. Turns out to be 24 plus 24. That equals 48 feet. Okay? Over here is my area. I wrote down my formula for area first. Okay? Must do that. Area equals length times width. They're actually supposed to be lowercase, but I feel like the lowercase L looks like a 1. So I always do capital here. So A equals 6 times 18. And that could be kind of tough. So what I try to remind us over here is using the distributive property of multiplication. I can take my 18 and split it into a 10 and an 8. Then I can find what 10 times 6 is, which is 60, and 6 times 8 is, which is 48. I made 2 easier multiplication problems. Then what I did was add them together. 60 and 40 is 100, plus 8 is 108. Okay? So that's what I got down here. So wrote down area equals 108. And I must say it's square feet, not just feet. Square feet, okay? All right, just like what's underneath your feet right now in the classroom. Those are square feet. All right, so that's your that was your exit ticket. Hopefully you had success with that. Today we're going to do something a little bit different, and so let's get ready for the I can statement.